All right. You are all welcome to today's class, to today's section. Um, Please, guys, if you can hear me, just drop a comment in the comment section. Just drop one in the comment section, or just give thumbs up to this live section. Let me know that you can hear me. So if you can hear me, just give us a thumbs up or drop a comment in the comment section. Just drop one in the comment section. Let me know that you can hear me. Can you hear me? All right, so I can see people are okay. Yes, Lawrence, you're welcome. I can see you. You're saying yes, you can hear me, and other people are also giving us a thumbs up. That means we are good to go. So, guys, for some times now, I have been having issues before now with my streaming. I just started this live streaming newly, so I'm not used to it. So the equipment, the tools, and everything I was using was having issues. I had to just look for a way to resolve them, but so far so good. It's getting better. At least I have put some things together, and everything is getting better. So as we progress, we'll be having a better streaming to be good. Yes. So I believe that today's class we are not going to have any network issue from my own side. Um, all right, so let's just go ahead and see what is happening in the market. We can all see that for today's market, today is Friday. If you look at the market today, we notice there was a sharp drop in the market. So if you look at this candle, let me just go to Bitcoin. So this is Bitcoin. You can see clearly right here. This is BTC USDT. Let me open my pen tool so that I can use that. So I'm trying to open my pen tool. So while it's opening, let me just come back to this again. Okay. So okay, let me just refresh this. Let me just refresh that, and let's look at Bitcoin in this place. So BTC USDT. So let me see. So we are trying to look at BTC because BTC and Ethereum, they are the base. They form the basis of the market. You understand? So when you want to know what the market is doing, it's good to always look at BTC and Ethereum to know their trend, if they're actually trending or not. Now, if you look at BTC for some days now, BTC has been moving in this flag. You can see right here. For some days now, BTC has been forming this flag right here. So I'm just going to show you the flag. Okay, let me use this to show us the flag. You can see this flag right here. Okay, let me remove that and use this. Let me use this to show us the flag. So you can see the flag right there, and you can see the flag right here. So this is a triangle. So BTC has been forming this triangle for some days now. And if you look at that triangle, you notice that it has not really broken that triangle. So going forward, I am hoping that it breaks it to the upside so that we can see some rally up to this point. Let me just put the point so that we can see some rally up to this point, um, at least to this point. Okay, let me use normal horizontal line. Yeah, so that I can see some rally up to this point. Now, if that happens, this can only happen if this triangle is broken to the upside. But if anything happens and it breaks it to the downside, then we may see BTC touching back this level of 80, between 85, which is here, or 80. So we don't want that, but it's a probability. We don't want it to come back to 85 or 80 level, but it's a probability. However, we are still inside this triangle, which is what I have been looking at for some times now. So that is what we should be hoping that it happens, so that we can go up to the upside. Now, if you look at the market, like I said today, the market actually dropped. Now, if you look at this, you can see today this candle. This is today's candle. This red candle here, this is the daily candle right here. You can see how this daily candle dropped all the way to this point. Initially, I thought it was going to break to the upside, but it never did that. So it dropped, and this drop was actually because of the Chinese this thing rate that they are looking forward to increasing by next week. So if that happens, that means we are going to see the market plummet again, but we don't want that to happen, right? We want it to go upside. So, however, let's just keep our fingers crossed that the market is going to go to the upside. So now, looking at BTC, we can now use BTC as our base to look at other market. But before we go ahead to continue to look at other market, because usually this is what we do here. What we do here is to look at the market, pick profitable trades that is going to make us money in the next few days, maybe one today, tomorrow, or next tomorrow, and we'll make money from it, and we move on. Now, if you look at this trade, I have been telling us to look at Pippin for a very long time. So initially, Pippin, we entered Pippin initially around this point. For those of us who entered the first entry, we entered Pippin here, just here, and they moved all the way to this place and gave us about 50 or 60 pips, 60%. So it gave us about 50 or 60% around here. And if you took that profit, now it gave us another chance again to enter around here. So I entered another entry here again. So if you've not entered Pippin when it got to this point, this is a chance for you to actually look into it and take Pippin, because we are going to see Pippin drop. Pippin is going to drop. There's no two ways about it. Now, if you look at Pippin so far, you notice that this steam is going off. The bullish steam is actually going off from piping or Pippin. So we should see it dropping. You can see that this high has not been taken out by this high. So let me mark it for you so that you will see. There's a high here, but this high did not go above this high. So that shows us that this high is still valid, and that shows us that the market has lost the steam to continue the upside. If not, we would have made a higher high after this consolidation here, after this bearish flag. Would have after this bullish flag, would have made a higher high, but it never made a higher high. However, what happened is that it came down, and now it is looking likely to continue this downside. So what you are going to do, guys, excuse me. So what we are going to do with Pippin is this. If you are interested in trading Pippin right now, make sure that your stop loss is above. Make sure that your stop loss is just above this high, this previous high here, right here. So I put my own stop loss at around 0.404 or 405. So that is where you should be putting your own stop loss if you're entering piping or Pippin. I don't know whichever one we call it, Pippin or piping, whichever one. So I'm already in this trade again. I took it again right here. You can see my entry right there. So I've already entered this trade, and if I just scroll down, you can see it's already giving me, this is it right here, it's already giving me 23%, 23% right there. So I'm already in that trade, but if you feel like right now it has moved a bit, so all you need to do is to wait for it. Let's see, let me go to 15 minutes and check if there should be any good retracement in 15 minutes. So let's see Let's wait for this candle, this 15 minutes candle to complete, and see if we can get it back to this level. That is let's say 349 or 348. So guys, if you can get it back at 348 or 349, then you can take your entry around that place. Then your first TP should be 2990, which is our first TP. Our first TP should be, excuse me, 2990, which is here. Great. So that's our first TP. Now guys, forgive me, I did not actually talk about our partners, the people who have made this to be possible for us, which is Bitunix, and that is where we are trading from. So this is Bitunix. So this live session that we are having every other day has been made possible by Bitunix. So if you don't have an account with Bitunix, you can actually go to my this thing, the comment section. You're going to see the pin message on the comment section. Just use that pin message and click on the link on that pin message to go to where you are going to get yourself registered on Bitunix. So Bitunix is a very good platform for you to be trading on. I've been trading with it for a very long time now, and what I like about them is that their fees are very, very small. They charge you a very small fee, and there are a lot of pairs that you can trade with Bitunix, and that is why I love Bitunix a lot. So I can trade a lot of pairs. If I come to this place, I have people right here, and just continue to scroll down. You can see that there are a lot of pairs right here. You can see that there are a lot of pairs right here that you can trade with. And again, to another thing I love about it is that before you enter any trade, or before you choose any pair to trade in, you can actually see the volume on the pair. You can see, like for instance, Jelly Jelly, the volume on Jelly Jelly right now is 63 million. The volume on Lean right now is 2.95 million. So those are the things that enables me to take an informed decision before opening any pair to look at or to analyze. So guys, another thing too you can do for us is to use that link to register, is to also support my work going forward, right? So guys, just use that link to register so that you can have a smooth and good trading section. All right, with that said, so let's continue with our analysis and looking for trade to take. So I have pointed out one for us, which is Pippin. We've traded it earlier before this week. It actually gave us profit, and again, that should be another entry for us. I've told us the entry level. The entry level is 0 points. Let me just put it for us so that you will see. Let me mark the entry level so that you will not make mistake um, when trading it. Let me put it. Let me just type it out. So I said 0.349, 0.348 to 0.349. So 80 to 0. Yeah. So those are your entry levels for Pippin. Let me check. Great. So those are your entry levels for Pippin. Let me check this thing. I want to change the color, not the border, the color of this test. Can I change the color any from here? So let me check again. Okay, this is the color. Great. So let me do this. Great. Yeah. So you can see this is our entry level for Pippin. You can enter it right there. And our first TP for this is going to be here. Yeah. So let me see. Great. This is our first TP, which is 0.2980. So 0.2980 is our first TP. Okay, let me do it. Let me do it well. Let me do it well. TP1. So this is TP1. Great. So that's our TP1. 0.2980 is our TP1. Let me see if I'm correct. Let me see if I'm correct. Okay, great. So that's our TP1. 0.2980 is our TP1. And then our TP2 is actually high. Our TP2 is somewhere around here. Our TP2 is 0.2430. So this TP2 for this guy, TP2 is 0.22430. So this is our TP2 for this guy. Let me just draw the line so that you also see it. Yeah. So that's our TP2, and then our TP3 is right here, 0.200. So let me just do this. Let me do this. Okay, so this is TP2. Now this is TP3, 0.200. So this is our three TPs for PP. Guys, I believe you can still hear me. Please, if you can still hear me, I want to see the comment. I want to see it in the comment section. Thank you for taking time to. All right, thank you very much. I appreciate your thanks. You're also welcome. Um, Good evening to you too. You're welcome. Ebin, Titi Loye, you are also welcome. All right, so guys, please, if you cannot hear me, just drop it in the comment section. But if you can hear me, let's continue. So right there, you have seen our first trade. TP1, TP2, TP3 has been aligned for us. If you can see that, these are the TPs we can take for this particular trade, and I am hoping that we'll get to TP3, which is going to give us massive, massive profit from that. All right, so this is our first trade for today. Guys, before I go ahead to talk about another trade that we are going to take right now, because the essence of this is for us to be trading together, right? That's the whole essence of this. So if you have any coin that you've been looking at, or any pair that you've been eyeing, but you don't really know if if you're sure of your analysis, please just drop it in the comment section. Drop the pair in the comment section, and I will be glad to analyze the pair for us, and then tell you what I am looking at, or tell you what I am expecting from that pair as well. Now, that's one thing I have to say. Then also, another thing I also have to say is that while I am dropping trades for us, or while we are looking for trades to be taken right now, we need to understand that we are in the festive period. We are in festive period, and this period, there are lots of uncertainty in the market. So we need to be very careful. We need to be very careful while taking trade or while trading. So, like for me, this period, I just take few trades, and that is why you see that I send just few trades to us in the this thing in the community. The reason is it's not because there are no trades I can take. The reason is because this period we are in the festive period, and there are so many uncertainty in the market, and that is why if you check right now, most times you will see that the coins or the pairs we are taking, majority of them are not even doing well like we used to get before. I believe that we all know that in this place we used to see 300%, 500%, even up to 1000% and above. But right now, you will agree with me that we we are barely seeing 100%, 70%, 50%. Excuse me. So as a result of that, what I'm going to tell you guys is this period, have a plan and stick to that plan. The plan should be that when you are in a trade, a winning trade, once you are 50% up in your trade and you feel like you don't want to close, better put it in break even. Don't leave the trade open. The reason why I'm saying don't leave the trade open is so that the trade doesn't come back to hit you out in stop loss and making you lose money. You get the point? So what you need to do is enter your trade. If you don't want to take 50% as your profit, while you are in the trade and you're seeing 50%, put it in break even. But I will advise that once you have seen 50%, 60%, 70%, I will advise you just take it. Okay, say you have been watching BTC for days now. If I can do analysis on it. Okay, I started with analyzing Bitcoin anyway, but I'm just going to touch it again. I'm just going to touch it again. So what I'm saying is, if you see 50% right now, if you see 70%, 80%, or 100%, just take it, close the market, and move on, and wait for another pair. You get, in that way, you stand a chance of making more money than you want to lose, because right now the market is very, very uncertain. Okay, so let me see. Bright said I should look into BTC again, although I've looked into BTC from the beginning, but I'm just going to show you my own view on BTC right now. You can see right now. So this is BTC. BTC right now is still trading below the weekly trend. You can see this yellow line right here. Let me show you. So this yellow line, this one. Okay, so it's not going as I want. Okay, this line right here is a weekly trend that I drew for BTC. I was hoping that while BTC was coming down, it was not going to go below the trend line, weekly trend line. So if I put this on weekly right now, you will notice that it's actually a weekly trend line that I drew from here. Let me show you the points that it touched. You can see here one here, you can see here two, and then it passed this one. It didn't touch here anyway. Although here there are two touches here, one and two, because it's weekly. Let me do it again. Because it's weekly, so every candle touch is significant. So this is one touch, two touch, three touches, but this one did not touch there. And then I was expecting that when the market was coming down, it was just going to come here, touch it, and move back up. But however, as crypto is crypto, you only predict, but it is not you that will have the final say. We only predict and hope that it plays out. That is why we have to be very careful with our investment. It actually came and broke the line. It broke the trend line, and now it's testing it above and closing below, which is a bad sign for us. I want it to close above. I actually want BTC to close above, but it has not closed above. But however, we know that it's going to go up at the end of the day. So what I did extra was to now put this zone. You see this zone right here. So I'm looking at BTC. Even if BTC does not break this line, it's going to come back to test this zone again. The worst case scenario is that it's going to come to 75,000 zone. That is the worst case scenario before it moves back up. So that is my worst case scenario, because I know that um, it's going to go up and it's going to break this 126 level that it's set, which was the highest point so far. But it's going to break it in the near future. So worst case scenario, we'll get to 175, but I'm not expecting us to get to 75 right now. You get? So if you are looking at BTC, my own take for you is, if you want to do anything on BTC, see what you're going to do. Let me go to 4 hours so that I will show you um, what you should be doing in BTC. Okay, let me see it right here. Okay, this is it. This is 4 hour of BTC. So BTC on 4 hour. Okay, this is daily actually. This is BTC on daily. So BTC on daily. Let me check back trading view. Let me put it on daily. Let me put it on daily. So guys, these things are not easy. They are not really really easy. That is why when you have someone who have decided to dedicate time to be doing things like this, all you just need to do is to support the person, no matter how small it is. So let's look at let's look at BTC. This is on daily. So if you look at BTC on daily, you can clearly see that there is a triangle. Let me just put this here first. Okay, now let me draw the triangle for you so that you will see the triangle. Okay, so let me do this. You can see right there. You can see it right there. Let me draw this downward. Great. So let me just draw it like this. So that is the triangle that BTC is trading in. It's inside this triangle right now. So if you want to do anything on BTC at all, what you need to do first is to wait for it to break out from this triangle. That is one. Secondly, what you can also do if you want to be trading inside this triangle is to wait for it to hit any part of the triangle. Like right now, it is touching the downside of the triangle, so you can wait. If it gets to the bottom of the triangle, you can buy, hoping that it's going to go up. But then again, the triangle is getting smaller. You can see it. So the difference in price will not be much. So all you need to do is to wait. You can just wait and see which side is going to break out to. If it breaks out to the upside, then we know that we are going up. If it breaks out to the downside, then we know that we are selling and we are going down. So that's what you should be doing with Bitcoin right now. Anything other than this, we are going to wait for it. Where are we waiting for it on? We are waiting for it to come into this zone. Let me show you the zone. Into this zone right here. Wait for it to come into this zone and see what happens in this zone. We are going to wait and see if you are going to get any good bullish formation inside this zone for the buy. You get, so that is what you should be doing for BTC right now. I hope I've answered your question about BTC. Right, I hope BTC is clear right now for you. So that is my analysis on BTC. So let's move on to another pair that we should be looking at trading. We are not trading BTC right now, guys. Please, we are not trading BTC. BTC is just, it's not giving us any vibes right now as it is. So let's move on to another pair that we should be looking at trading. So we've already concluded on this. Let me look at another pair. Let me look for another pair. So let's see. Let's look at Jelly Jelly. So let's look at Jelly Jelly and see if we can get any good thing. Okay, so Jelly Jelly is going up. It's going up. Let me put it on H4. Let me put it on H4. So we can clearly see that it has broken this level. We tested it, it's going up. And where it is right now, it's not a place we can even do anything. We can't sell, of course, you're not selling. And even if you want to buy, you have to wait for it to come down. So right now, you're not doing anything on Jelly Jelly. Let's look for another pair. So let's look for another pair that's ENS. So this one has a good volume, 1.3 million. So let's see the setup. Okay. So this is on H4. Let me put it on daily. Let's see. Okay, so guys, you can see this on daily. This candle is not looking great. This candle is not looking great right now. You can see how the candle dropped. Um, After making all the moves to this point, it has erased everything and has turned it to a dodgy candle. So it's not making sense. If not, this would have been a good trade to take, to look into, because it's a new pair. It's a new pair, and after since launching, it has been going down. That's one thing that people don't understand. If a pair launches and it has been going down for a very long time, you should understand that it has a potential to make an up move at some point. You get? So, but for this one, even if it's going to make an up move, right now I'm going to wait for it. So if I put it on H4, if I put it on H4, if you look at the H4, it did not really break this this high. We've not broken this high. So if we had broken this high, then would have had a good sign of a bullish move, but it did not break the high. The candle still closed inside on H4. Let me check H1. So let me check H1. So you can also see H1. What happened in H1? You can see clearly that it is just dancing. Nothing, no clear sign of bullish this thing setup right here. So I'm going to leave this one. This is ENS. I'm going to leave it. However, we can keep an eye on it. We can keep our eye on it. Let me see. Let me look at. Let me see. Let me see. Let me look at power. So if you're just joining us, you're welcome. This is our Friday wrap for the week. Usually we do this every other day, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday. So if you want to be trading with us Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday, make sure you always tune in by 9 o'clock. By 9 o'clock, we start our live trading, analyze the market together, take the trade, and I believe that doing so is going to help you get better in your trading. Because when you see me doing all of this, it gives you the confidence, and it gives you the belief that okay, I'm seeing what he's doing, I know what he's doing, and with this I can also learn from it. And also, our supporters and our partner for this is Bitunix. So if you're not subscribed to Bitunix, if you've not registered on Bitunix, please do where to register with Bitunix. That is the only way you can support me um, in this journey. Just register with the link in the description or in the comment section. Register with that link on Bitunix so that you can support my work going forward. All right, and also if you have any coin you want me to look at, you can just drop it in the comment section. I'm going to analyze all of it for you, uh, and it's going to help you get a better overview of what you should be doing in that particular project. So this is AWE USDT. Let me put it on daily. So let me put this on daily. All right. So this is AWE USDT daily chart. Let's see what is okay. So this is AWE USDT. So if you look at this pair on daily, we are having okay. Let me see. Great. So there is no clear takeout of this high. Let me show you the high, guys. This high has not been taken out. Okay, this high has not been taken out. We just tested that level and retraced back. So let me draw the line. So if I draw a line on this high like this, you can see clearly that we did not take it out. So if we are taking out that high, I can then believe that this pullback is a retracement for a continuation up like this. But that level was not taken out. However, we came back to this level. So there is an fair value gap right here due to these two candles. Let me show you the two candles right there. These two candles, these two green candles. So there's a fair value gap here that has been filled right now. So, however, however, because this upside was not taken out, I'm going to switch this to H4 to see what is happening in this pair on H4. That will now enable me to know what to do going forward. So this is what is happening on this pair in H4. Let me see. Let me remove this. Okay, so in H4, this is what is happening right now with this pair. So if you look at this pair, you can see that there is a level right here, which is like now our support. Because if you look at this, okay, this is H4 right here. This is H4. So if you look at this